Hello everyone. Let us discuss part 5 of chapter 2, the Egyptian civilization from your class 6 history and civics. In this part, we will learn about trade and religion of the ancient Egyptians. Let us first learn about trade. Trade was carried on both by land and sea routes. For internal trade, goods were transported by boats and barges along the Nile and by road on camels and donkeys. Here, the term internal trade means trade inside the country or native land. The only water route the Egyptians had was River Nile. So, goods were transported through Nile on boats. For internal trade, they also used roadways. For that, they used camels and donkeys because the area was mostly desertic. And for foreign trade, the Egyptians built the world's first seafaring ships. By the term seafaring ships, it means the ships which can travel through sea and take up long journeys. The Egyptians were believed to be the first people to build them. The term export means to send things outside the land. It can also be compared to selling. So, so they exported linen, wheat, glassware, jewelry, and furniture. And they imported goods like gold, ivory, copper, and cedar woods. The term import means to bring in or to buy. The king controlled foreign trade, which means no one can go for any trade to foreign land without informing the king or the permission of the king. Nor can they buy anything from the foreign land without the knowledge of the king. The barter system was used, and the mediums of exchange were usually grain, silver, and copper. A barter system is actually an old method of exchange. This system has been used for centuries and long before money was invented. People exchanged services and goods for other services and goods in return. For the ancient Egyptians, in this barter system, the medium of exchange were usually grain, silver, and copper. From this, we came to know that the ancient Egyptians were traders as well, and not only in the native land, they traded in foreign lands as well. Let us move to our next topic, that is religion. The Egyptians worshipped many gods and goddesses connected with nature. Ra, the sun god, and Osiris, the god of the dead, were among the most important gods. The pharaohs, the rulers of Egypt, were also worshipped as gods. This means the Egyptians worshipped not only the nature but also their kings. Now each god had his own temple and priest, and every city, town, and village had its own favorite god. That means people only worshipped their favorite gods. Certain animals and birds, such as the jackal, crocodile, bull, and hawk, were also worshipped. The Egyptians strongly believed in life after death, so they preserved the body of the dead. They did not let the body get decomposed. Rather, they kept them intact. They did this because they believed that a person does not die. Even after death, he lives his life in his tomb. That is why they believed in preserving the dead bodies. A dead body was emblemed with spices and wrapped in a fine linen. Such a preserved body is known as mummy. Things like food, wine, clothes, furniture, jewelry, and weapons were put into the tombs. We can see that they are putting all the worldly things that they need in day to day life in the dead body's tomb. This is because they still believe that after death there is life inside the tomb. Not only that, They used to even decorate the tomb with paintings and jewelries. The world famous pyramids were actually the tombs of the pharaohs or the kings. Thus, we can say that the ancient Egyptians were religious people and they had very unique beliefs from the rest of the world. And they were worshippers of nature.